Hi, this is Steve Walton from Tropic Heating and PatioHeat.com. Today I'm going to take a look at this proposed removable post mount for a rooftop patio pool deck. So these are going to be floating pavers that are going to be supported off of these pedestals, and we have just a few inches to work with between the paver and the slab down here. Actually, I wanted to say the slope, and the preference would be like a steel base, I believe that this client has asked, but it also could be a concrete base. So the concrete base, I haven't really worked out the details for, but a steel base would be preferable, I think. Also, it looks like we have a little bit more than 8 inches to work with. I'm not quite sure of that exact dimension, so that's going to be something we need to clarify. And then, so what I have here is the Sunglo post will go into this receiver here. I have actually two components. First, these are the pedestals that the pavers will sit on, and what I have here is a something that would be prefab to allow for the base of this. I'm just going to call it a support that's prefabbed on site that would allow it to be secured to a steel base in the project itself. It would look something just very similar to a simple, maybe made out of stainless steel, but 3 bolts protruding out of the plate with some supporting brackets, and then this would be bolted to the slab, or maybe even welded to the slab, the steel plate that's underneath here rather. Those bolt patterns would line up with the with the deck mount, which is this component here. So yeah, that would line up with the protruding, or the slots and the hole that's in this deck mount here. You can see that maybe a little bit better over here. Let's go. Sorry about all the movement. So there's a hole there and 2 slotted holes over here to allow for plumbing the post itself within the deck mount. So the deck mount I have at it's 7 and 15/16 inch tall. So that's just a precaution that we need to look at, because again, the measurements I'm given is a little bit more than 8 inches. So that's something we have to look at. And then the deck mount would also have a bolt that would come in here, and it would, as you tighten that bolt, it would impinge on the post here, which would secure it to the deck mount itself. And then there's a locking nut that would you would reverse tighten so that you can lock that bolt into its place. So that's how that works. And then just a couple other comments at this point. I believe this is called a slab, or maybe a tile piece that's going to be sitting on top of these pedestals. You'll need a keyhole that top there so that you can allow for the gas line. That's what this little keyhole here is for. You'll need a keyhole, I'm going to call it a tile, I guess, so that the gas line will slip through that. Now, I know that they would want to remove this entire system at different times of the season, so replacing a either with a plug that's made of the same material, or possibly alternative tile piece that would be complete and it would just sit on top of this plate. That would work, in my opinion. However, I'm not an engineer, so you'd have to have that looked at. But this is a very stout, I think this is an 1/8 inch 304 stainless steel plate. So that would it would handle the weight of that section, as well as the pedestals would be supporting it for the most part. But yeah, there would be a keyhole needed to place in there in order to get that gas line to feed in and out. So, all right, so that's what I have right now. I hope this kind of helps out in the decision making of what type of product to use. They did request possibly using a underground vault box. The underground vault box is 15 inches deep, and that brings up a good another good point is the fact that based on whatever this height is and where the bottom of this tab here ends up, this little tab at the bottom, you will have to cut the post accordingly so that your post height is proper. So in some places you may be cutting, I think you would normally put it 15 inches deep, so this being 8, you would cut it, approximately 6 inches off at the bottom of the post so that it would fit at the proper height. And it might be 5 inches in one place, and it might be less than others. So that's something to think about. Each post would have to be individually cut at the job site at the bottom. All right, that's what I have for you right now. If you have any questions, or if you would like to have us help you with your project, please give us a call. My name is Steve. Thank you and have a great day.